civil war. People still told me that they use egg to bomb house. So when these Fulani terrorists were there, some of us were asking, how far about that egg? At least that one no need gun. Can we use that? More buy crate of egg. Carry and give all this, we'll go do them for us. So all we have to do is just when we see Fulani terrorists and all that, we just throw egg. But see how fun that would be. When you see terrorists, they carry AK-47. And you are hiding in the forest, in your pocket, you have eggs. Bomb.
These people
are going to work.
These people
are careful, and they carry egg.
These people enter somebody's farm, and we say we get this juju to command somebody to even come.
When I was growing up, they said king is like next to gods. Baba, you know which are they talk now. You know, if you looking for high like that anyhow when they grow up, because maybe those kings then they were older people, Baba. Here you get because like you know if you look them anyhow, anything they tell you say they be. Omo, you remember when they talk say Babangida no fit die because Ni of Ife carry Babangida enter Oduduwa shrine. You never hear that story.
I hear.
You hear that story where they grew up, baby.
Yeah. Do you know?
Shrine. Nothing.
Do you know?
To Babangida.
Yeah. Do you know that they rob student of Ife? That time they said whether it's rumor or whether it's this, they said they rob Babangida. They took something ring from his hand.
It's true now. And now what cellular phone that don't go down in time. Yeah.
So the guy the carry person with the carry go Oduduwa shrine.
About Bobo, sure you get and extra. You understand that now? So what happened is that they have done this just to sort of preserve some of their own egos at the time. Okay.
You are just to preserve their ego.
They know they want to make you ask too much question. No, they ask too much question. On
for when I wanted to start primary school. No, we wanted to go and write qualifying exam in primary school. Mayflower. We got to Ikene, we had to turn back and went back through some back. We had to go through the back because they were fighting because of kingship. And up till last year, these same people brought themselves to this radio station in Ibadan. And it was two family to family number. And that Ikene of all places. Pastor Ruga. Pastor Ruga. I think
same thing with Ijebu Igbo and Agoiwoye. So recently Ijebu Igbo decided that they will have a king.
Agoiwoye had.
Yes.
Agoiwoye had. Ijebu Igbo never had for a very long time. Yeah.
And Ijebu is like for years since like about
Pastor Ruga when he was in power, he wanted to bury somebody or something like they lock up the church. They didn't allow him enter that church in Ikene. There was even an incident that where they cleared the whole rug in is it the mosque or something like that? Yeah. It can help you tomorrow. I'm telling you, this thing is about 40 years ago. That getting to 40.
Yeah, I think I remember, but I remember that time. I'm not sure if this story is true, by the way. If I have anybody watching from Ikene, this is not me trying to doctor your history, okay? So from what I heard, it was that even Awolowo tried, and they said that when Awolowo couldn't make that happen, it was blamed because he didn't approve this or he didn't approve that, and because of that, it was like, okay, it's not going to happen. So since Awolowo couldn't do it, so some people now said Awolowo, who was like an icon everywhere, couldn't settle the Ikene's kingship, right? They said he now caused them and said, you see, they will never have a king. Again, this story, I'm not sure if it's true. Sure, you get. There's so many things they told us. So growing up.
Now, all those things.
So they say Awolowo now calls and said they will never have a king.
Oh.
And since then, they never had a king. I'm not sure if it's true.
They paraded the guy. There was an incident in Ikene live on TV. Somebody exhumed a corpse of somebody and cut the head. They showed the guy with the head like this for Ileweno. Afterwards, the guy was made a chief in that same village. It's life there.
All these things where you dig, you take me back to you know one thing there. There was a time that hey mama, That was the time I kind of believed that Baba Ogundeo. I was a little boy. I was raised in Odogbolu. I saw all these things, right? So that was the moment I believed that Baba Ogundeo. Wow. Ow. Later,
But the
later,
thing, okay, Mayego, if the thing they, why you see they suffer?
I the wait now, Baba say I said I was a boy. Okay, I was a boy. But later I can't know say I'm on a leg go. Here you get what happened there. We had vigilantes. Then we were having problems of people breaking into shops in Odogbolu. So they now say we'll be having vigilantes. So we have vigilantes. And these are like normal people, okay, everyday people in Odogbolu, including some babalawos. So babalawos joined vigilante. So one morning, they have killed somebody, okay? And this guy they killed, they left his body on the road to my school. And as a child, we saw that, and I was like, I'm still traumatized, not much anymore. But like I'm talking about it right now, I can feel that trauma. I mean, seriously, okay. So yeah, the whole town was thrown into wahala. They've killed somebody. Who be this? They've cut off his head. Okay. Cut off his. So it was morning. So the old people were like, they now recognize that the person they killed was killed by the vigilantes. Yeah. So it must be a criminal. But what happened to his head? Or was his head cut off by some ritualists who saw the body overnight? Or what happened? So too many questions, right? These guys now came out and said, no, he's an armed robber, he's a criminal. So his own people now who came out, they said, no, he wasn't a criminal. This young man was a laborer. He's not from Odogbolu, so he came to work there. So he came back later at night. Because he came back, he always come back from a farm at night. So he used the period to sort of do his laundry, wash his clothes, do other things he wants to do, mostly at the backyard. And you know, in Odogbolu, for some who have been there too, right? Our front yard and our backyard, they are almost the same sometimes, okay?
Yeah.
Which means
I understand the school structure.
Sit down there and be talking to people in the other area there at the end of the hand. Our front of our house can be the front of the house that we talk to other people here too, right?
Yeah.
So this guy was at the back of his house, which is pretty much like a footpath too. So this vigilante saw him and they dragged him. And while he was there talking to them, he now told his own neighbors in the house that, sorry, I'm coming. They said I should follow them to Olorutun's house. Olorutun's house is like the village the quarter head, or the street, head.
Yeah.
But they were not taking him to the Oloritun's house. They were luring him into the corner at the back of the town to kill him. So they killed him, cut off his head, cut off his other part and all that for, All the long story short, the reports of somebody killed in Odogbolu reached Ogun State, Abeokuta stuff, right? So they sent police. So police came and they arrested all the babalawos, all of the vigilantes. Then they took all of them away. What happened? The next thing, the police came back again with all of these vigilantes, all the babalawos. They took them to the houses. The ones that cut off the head presented the head. The one that cut off the penis, the one that took out the intestine on the other part. Everyone started presenting what they cut off from his body.
What they took from
So that was when we realized that it was actually killed. Ritual and all that. How could that happen? How is that even possible?
Baba.
So
Baba.
Wait. So they took them away and they said that I was in Odogbolu and I saw those who were supposed to be their friends, family, and all of that. They started doing everything that they have to do. They say, I was a little boy and people would tell me that they will leave them soon. I was like, that's impossible. They can't leave them. Then one day, but after maybe 3 months, now police can't drop all of them. They were looking so fresh. They were looking all right. I was like, oh my God, Ogundeo. We didn't know that Dia was the one who had to call it and said they should bury everything because it didn't want to do Bolu name mentioned.
To be dragged in the mud.
So he had to close everything. They ended everything that time, right? And that was the end of it. But they made us believe that Ogundeo.
There was a woman that was on a particular program saying that it was coming from somewhere in Edo State or something. So by the time he got to like from Ijebu-Ode, and they were going through some part of like Ishagama, he said they counted 4 bodies on the floor without heads, dead bodies. This was like about December or January.
You see the people I just told you now, some of them, they are high chiefs in my town today. They are, some of them return back as babalawos and all of that, who are now like very rich. They've got money. Do you understand that? But I see no fear, and I'm like, every time I see them, I'm like, huh? I really look power. They just killed that guy.
Yeah.
Till tomorrow, I still see it that way.
Yeah.
Yes, the system welcome them back. The high chiefs, they are watching me too.
That's why
everybody don't know me.
Remember when I called in 3 days or 4 days ago that I was telling you that my fear when we go back into all this, we have our own nation, I said we still have that it's not a reset button, no. That is where the job is going to start.
I know. It's the real thing.
Because these people, there was even a guy that was on all these Olosho app that killed 7 people, I think in even 4 months or so in Ogun State.
I think I remember the guy. I remember the story rather.
Baba, I just look and say, and these people, so where is the money they are getting from this ritual? Where is the money?
There's no money there.
So all these people
trafficking and all of that stuff. Unfortunately,
all these people, you have all this power, and in your say somebody is sitting down solely, and you people cannot eat rice again. Rice that is for common man. You cannot eat bread. You cannot have gari again, and you are still telling us that come on, man. Me, I don't.
You better. It's all fear, right? I managed to get over it, and a lot of people sort of think it's about. It's not confidence. It's knowing the truth. You know what you don't know can actually imprison you. Sure, you get.
I'm telling you.
And sometimes our lives are built around fear, the fear of the unknown. You don't want to find out. So why? I'll just believe what they say and avoid it. But when you take your time to actually study, you realize that majority of ideas, religion, and all those things, right? They are there to actually like imprison you and control your mind.
Suppress you, control your mind.
They can only do that by scaring you.
Yeah.
They tell you something's going to happen to you if you don't do this. If you do this, it's going to, don't, and all that stuff. There are things you don't want to find out. So therefore, you just pretend to just say, okay, I will just obey. But the moment you know the truth, that is their control mechanism, they will tell you, say, you should be careful. I hate that word. That word.
Baba, ṣe báwọn kan ló wọlé ti kí lorúkọ ẹ̀, Ọba of Lagos. Tó gbọ́ pa bàbá. You feel believe say somebody go even use leg.
You they talk about
where shoe? Where shoe? Where shoe?
Kabiyesi some ransom. That was the moment. That was it for me. That's the height of it for me. That was the moment I was like, let's get real now. Okay, we need to get real. You saw these stories about our forefathers. Let's leave them. They have in their own time. They use what they believe they could use, Baba.
I don't think mention a particular village. Somebody will be saying our students, our own, when me I did for school, they fuck one of the Kabiyesi wife.
And when I was growing up, they say if you dare it,
if you touch their woman,
and now you are either going to all of my cash uncle, that person will either die untimely, or if you leave, you will never amount to anything in your life. Actually, scary stuff. We didn't know. I don't want to tell you my own story because some of them are watching me. They will be like, "This Mayegun, why do you actually have to know everything like that?" Like,
but me, I just sit down all the time and watch and look at all these things and say to myself that if there's some people that even when I was listening yesterday.
I mean, our people spend more time trying to scare us from actually advancing in knowledge.
Yeah.
Than what they spend their time trying to cover. The secret that is nothing. Majority of what they call secret are actually trying to cover up their own personal egos, Baba. Don't do this. It's against our tradition. Go and check it out. It's against one person's interest in it.
For also these people, they come inside our house now. You gonna call people.
Yeah.
They cannot even open my mouth.
No, I mean we appreciate culture. We have when it comes to the point where I mean the fear of challenging the status quo, protecting this minor interest and all that is what you call culture. But that one is
Baba. I will not disregard. I will not disrespect culture.
Absolutely not.
No.
Well, but let me be manipulated. I will not be manipulated.
Let's point.
By some low minds, right?
Yeah. Let's point it into one direction. These same people that will pack ship at the middle of the sea and project missile into a particular place, and it will eat only that spot. Go.
So how come and we also see, Baba?
Is it not the same way that we disappear? So why can we not disappear into Asura and treat these people fuck up?
Saulu, when we were growing up, they told us that some people had power that they can just look at you in the mirror. Sure, you know.
Yeah.
And they will just they will see what you are doing. You know that? They will just be like that.
Yeah.
But look at it now. I do not need mirror. I can look at somebody right now, any part of the world. Wow.
Any part of the world.
All I have to do is just dial them now and they will appear. If I say, Saonu,
then I will appear on your phone.
Your phone go ring, you go pick up and say, hey.
And if you have a big mirror, just project me there and you'll be telling somebody that you see I've called you.
If I want to project a film to my screen there now, I can leave you there and be talking.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, it could only be magic. Remember?
Magic.
It could only be magic. That was the only explanation. While our own people, they look mirror. But people, they look everywhere where they go create something where we say,
they are preparing. They are preparing for AI in 2030 something. We are preparing for what's it called? Judgment Day.
You know? So after day now, you see where the world is today, Baba. You know, say when we're growing up, they do. You see, waiting only. I mean, this Nollywood did us. Good. Teach us anything. It's only sort of socially conditioned us to be reasoning in a particular way. You know, reasoning, Baba.
Yeah, I know.
Say if I, and this could have been some great ideas if our old men had all this idea, right? That they could project things and all of that, okay? So take for example now, if they told us that if I want to speak to my dead relative or somebody now, I have to just go to the person who speaks to the dead, Abby, and they will call the spirit, and now will call, my son, how are you? And all that drama. Abby, you just mentioned AI now. If I die, I can leave AI message that will continue to talk the way I am talking right now, to be sending happy birthday messages to my children. On the day of their graduation, it will give them a message just like I am talking now. Even though I am dead, though, I can program an AI message, right, that will deliver a special message, a video, and special letter from me on the day of my son or my daughter's wedding. Even I am dead.
Yeah.
That's where we are today. But somebody is still believing that if they carry the horn of Ugufe, pour soap on it, I can curse you in London. Hey, why? My boy, Saulu.
Baba, who go when you buy the whole cow? They won't use the head. Who go chop the rest of the body? Not the people when they.
How many money? How many money? They have to be the one.
My brother.
All we are saying, just for the sake of those who are watching us, okay, we are not trying to be funny. We are just saying that in this day and time, with the level of education and exposure, okay, it is ideal for us, okay, to begin to act what this modern time requires instead of us bragging about what when they ask us to come and prove it, we go turn them to fight or another threat.
Yeah.
If we have any power to change any course of anything, if yours is that power of command and that, there's no point in telling us, stop looking away, use it. So that we can say, wow, Saulu, do you hear what just happened? I said, what happened there, Mayegun? Somebody just commanded the Kolu now to start running from Abuja to Lagos. Right now, all of his security details are running after him. I said, who did that one? They said, that one guy from Ijesha. You understand? You say, hey, Kolu no well now. They say he go collapse before he reach Gusape. Now, waiting the cost won't do be that. He go run till he collapse.
He gets
Nobody has tried anything like that.
They say Ajay Deka. I asked one of my friends yesterday, I say, oh boy, they no get people where go make all these governor, make them begin the car, how much money they steal, where they keep the money.
Imagine, what is this guy's name? Snoweku. Running out of Alausa. Yeah. I will confess. It's here. I have some money. There's also amount of money. That one is right there. The account is with social person. Like
social person.
They don't touch her. Here you get. While we are dealing with that, Mezanfara governor also go naked in the market and say, hey, help me, oh. I will confess.
Oh, yeah.
So if you come and say about jazz, I go say, my Lord, I believe you, sir. Well, you know, show me things. You tell me, say, you saw somebody where they do this too. You are there when they command this. You are when that one commanded gun and he collected gun from all those nonsense. You get now, show walking. No, they tell us. Show walking.
You know, remember when Trump killed one guy, where they kill one guy for Iran or something like that? Where they use drone.
Mustafa, Muhammad something, anyway,
Oh boy, the driver know that you now only that guy waiting for the back of the car.
I tell you.
And they don't see anything. They don't see how the gun come, how the bullets come. Like the only the guy.
No.
Not bomb, gun.
Yeah.
That they target the guy in his head. And the drone went.
Precision knee. They don't program in face. You know, say for our own place, they go say, may you go give our deity the picture. You go put the picture in front of the thing so that the Ogun go recognize the face of person when you want to deal with. Here you get all this idea we get on. So it's just that the physical one that we can see and tell, they are real, we can touch them, right? But our own mouth, we say you don't want to find out. Say, I want to find out. I get one guy where they go everywhere about this one. In they go everywhere, they talk say no jazz, right? In can talk to anybody where get jazz, right? In go give them 1 million naira. In can they announce where in go. Say if you get jazz now, come collect 1 million. Other people added money to it, 2 million, 3 million. Because you better don't go. You know, say we get places where they don't tell us, say if you get to, about if you no come back alive. Because the people of witches where they there, like the headquarters in Otta. You know, say they say Otta is the headquarters of the witches.
Yeah.
So if you see the Jelta,
Baba, the road where they from Abule Egba all the way to that place, so they know the road. No, they no do up to tomorrow. Which
politicians waste still money where they're supposed to take the road. They
don't find out. They don't. Oh my! I tell you.
Sometimes, so what we are trying to tell our people is that please, this is 2024. Okay, do not come and tell me that you have this ancient
we need to stand up. We need to stand up for ourselves and fight.
We need to think modern and ignore all of those.
Think outside the box. Get rid of these people.
Yes, so.
Then we start. We know we've got a lot of work to do. It's not going to be like a walk in the park, but we need to start from somewhere.
We need to.
We can't just sit down there and and wait for 2027. They will give 2 people about 5,000, give them 1 small bag of rice, and then they will say, hey. Then they will vote again. The same problem again.
We'll be here. Baba made them vote, okay? As long as they are doing it, we will be here. And as long as we are here, they will be coming back to say, we are back again, until when they will not be able to come back until.
Come back, yeah.
Saul, you have been
no worries. Thank you very much. Yeah,
I
thank you.
enjoyed the chat with Sir Olu. The line is going to be free again, for everyone who might want to be part of it. Now, here is something you need to know. Okay. In this day and time, there are some certain things that culture gave to us. All right. And then civilization also gave to us. Okay. The modern warfare requires the modern tools. And in this day and time, information, do you know that information is actually like a weapon of mass destruction? It's so much valuable. Now, that people believe that propaganda is also a war machine. Do you know that? Where you begin to sort of propagate something in order to either obtain information from your adversaries, or you project yourself to be bigger than who you are, or you can even use propaganda to present yourself as weakling. You can use all this information to get an advantage, or take an advantage over your adversary. In this day and time, nobody they do incantation, no. Because in this day and time, when people they do incantation, whatever I say to you in the day of before you finish saying something about you could know, you have guns that are traveling like about 3-4 miles to hit somebody. You are there, you are doing you are gone. Our forefathers who were using all of that, doing all of that, most of them, before the war they participated in, they were the ones that you have to have contacts. Wherever they carry wood or sword or arrow or bows and arrows and all of that stuff. This is 2024, my dear brothers and sisters. So do not, as an educated person, brag about fears that they implanted in us. You get that now? So we shouldn't be, you know what I mean? And to those of you who are still living in that past, thinking in 2024, you can sit in front of this you can sit in front of your TV right now, listening to me, and then you can, somehow just command me. Mayegun, may I show you? I want to show you, say, just stay. Oh yeah, Mayegun, sleep. And I'll just be like, and everybody will just be like, oh my God, I watched it live. Here you get anything when no feel liberate other people right now. If it is just going to make you feel like you are a super this or that, Baba, okay, joke, you monkey, Neo. Sorry for keeping you waiting there. How are you there, Baba?
Good afternoon, Mr. Mayegun, the General.
Good afternoon, sir. Sorry.
Thank you for this your afternoon. Will I call it lunch?
We call it gist. The afternoon catch up.
We
you will call up, Baba.
Yeah, it's Bright calling from. I'm Bright calling from Italy. You know, this afternoon discussion. Sometimes it helps us mostly we that live in the Europe region. Sometimes when we are at work, sometimes the work is like straight through. You just want to hear something that will release you and start working. You know.
Oh,
I'm at work.
So this does serve that once in a while. I mean, that you could just be hearing that voice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I'm always longed for you to have your program during this time. Because most of us,
I keep it.
Most of us, when we hear things that affect us, especially in Nigeria, and sometimes we want to speak about it just to relieve ourselves of distress.
Exactly.
It's very, very important. It helps a lot.
Nice.
I want to talk about the issue your caller and you guys were kind of discussing about when it comes to our traditional beliefs, heritage, culture, and those stuff. Marigo, let me tell you, politics did not start today. Politics has been there since our cultural heritage stuff and all this. Because some of those things you're talking about, they were just kind of a way to brainwash the populace, the community traditionally. There were some cultures that were
controlled
there to control you, to put you there. You know, those monarchs were, you know, enjoying those benefits, you know, those beliefs, so that you put the people on the straight line. You see, let me give you an instance today for some of the reasons why we are not developed, especially in Africa. Do you know that most of us that come from the south part of Nigeria, whether you are from the south, east, south, south central, we have one common cultural way of life. For example, I come from Edo State. Normal, under norms and traditions, sometimes they will tell you when a woman is in a cycle, as a man, you are not supposed to get close to her. When we were growing up in the village, a bucket a woman used to bath, a man does not use it to bath. You know, there is a kind of
tell us,
a woman is not.
What will happen? What they told you will happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now, you know, people are reading all these charts now, and I don't want them to see it.
A woman.
It's really go on.
Yeah, a woman who is in a woman who's in a cycle is not supposed to go close to you in bed. No, so they believe it's kind of it makes you weak as a man. It does not embody you. It does not create prosperity because she's not seen at that
It affects your work. It affects your plan.
In
Edo, because that's same in Ijebu. They told us that in Ijebu.
Yeah, no. That is why I said we from the south central, we all have this similarity in our culture.
Right. Go on, Baba.
So those things have been there. But Mayego, do you know that most of us, most of us that comes from this part of this area, most of us, we find ourselves in abroad, in the UK, in Italy, in Spain, and we live with our wives in just some of us live in one bedroom.
You know?
Do you know that?
I do.
And you know, in Nigeria, we have the male toilet and the female toilet. You understand those patterns of life we are living in Nigeria. The male does not go to the female toilet.
No.
The female does not go to the male. It was because of all these traditions and beliefs. But today in the UK, for example, you have a bedroom that you will sit on it. Your wife will also come and sit on it, whether she's on a cycle or not.
Doesn't matter.
And you will sleep in the same bed when your woman is inside. We cannot say you go to the next room, because in Nigeria we have and in Nigeria we have a big house where your father can be living in his own room, your mother is living in her own department. When you want to see your mother, you can go there. But in Europe we don't live like that. We some of us even live in one room. Some of us are entitled to even have 3 rooms. But
you know, they sleep inside the same room with their wives.
Okay,
Especially the ones we don't do small like that, because they have become strong men, and women go weakened.
Okay.
Hey.
And today we all live those kind of life that we have crossed those boundaries. Some of us still believe that when we make love to our wife, there are some certain place we are not supposed to go. We are supposed to do the mama and papa style because it's a great traditional and belief. That is why some of us in Europe, some of us, they have broken marriage because they don't explore, because life, the constant thing about life is changing. Because when you are constant, when you are just there, you don't move. It does not, even in physics, it does not propel any progression.
No.
You have to change the dynamic. Today we are talking of AI. 10 years or 15 years ago, there was nothing like AI.
Nothing like that.
Because nobody sits down without moving forward. So everything has to evolve. Even the computer of 1998 is not the same computer we have today. No. Everything evolves. Everything changes. So you now tell me, a man that is maybe sleeping in the same room, using the same toilet with his wife, is the same man that will send money to go and take care of people in Nigeria. He's still progressing. Nothing has changed in his life. He's still making more money. So you now understand that some of these things are not. That is why when you see some people, they cling to the tradition and that is one of the reasons why even for
back in the past,
you cannot blame even some
anything different.
Exactly. Even politically, some people cannot talk to their representatives in their constituency because it's a baba, it's a baba of somebody, it's a Iyaloja. When you just respect as a traditional person, you cannot bring the person to book. But here it's not the same thing. I call my boss by his name. Sometimes I can even see him in the morning. I can decide not to even tell him good morning. It doesn't affect my salary. You see. So these things are things that it affects us in every dimension. This traditional beliefs, culture, and everything. Do you know that in some places in Nigeria there is no development there because maybe a certain custom and tradition says nobody should explore that place.
And they just have to let them.
You cannot go to that place. You don't let that plot of land be there for eternity. No development, erosion with the place is just messed up because
said that the ancestors doesn't want bright light at night, so they can't have electricity.
You understand?
And anybody from that part will come around and say it's our culture. You need to respect, because you know what will happen. Do you want us to you want bad things to be happening to us? Bad things are already happening.
Exactly.
Darkness, man.
Exactly. So if even if, that is why, politically speaking, to change the dynamics in Nigeria, everything, it has to start from the grassroots. There are a lot of things a lot of stuff is hindering us backwards because there is this cultural. You can't. If you live in the UK, you see the way people talk about their monarchs. Some people, even when they see them on the street, the way they address them, it does not change anything because everybody has the right.
That's right.
To say I don't like this, I like this. But do you know that in Nigeria there are some traditional rulers, you cannot even call them by their names. You will be lost. You demand them, you will see the end of the day. You can't ask questions, you can't say anything. The system has been built like that. That is why it has shifted from the monarchy system to the political regime now. That is why politicians can come out and do whatever they want. Nobody cares. Yes. So everything is kind of connected. It's a problem. You just take the instance of the examples I give. Why are we in Europe that still sleep in one room with our wives, go the same bedroom, sit on the same water system? We still take care of people who believe that they are cleaner than us, for example.
And anyone who has lived with a woman in this part of the world, right, as a man, we have so much that we can't even say outside that we have seen. Yes. Somehow, as a traditional man, you go to question us and say, until you began to feel like that. Who cares?
You understand? Are we not still living? Are we not still progressing? Are we not still taking of people? So you see, everything in life is just consciousness and think.
You see, I said something the other day. I said sometimes, it's not even sometimes, I think it's all the time, right? Where you live would help you to see the world rightly.
Exactly.
So if you are living in Nigeria and you move to another place, you would see the world differently.
Exactly.
And there is no way you will live in an environment like this, and you won't see rightly. Then you remember us coming from a place where we are so superstitious, right? So we have been in darkness for far too long that the way we see the world with our blindness, kind of. And it's reflecting. You will see people, they give you confidence. They're going to talk with confidence. Nonsense, with confidence. Because of where they are coming from. They will tell you, it's the same all over the world. Is that not the same all over? Is that not how they are doing it all over the world? Meanwhile, this is somebody who has never been to Togo. But he's been in a system that is so dark.
That is the problem. Even the changes we are trying to propel, like, we want Nigeria to change, everybody wants to go their way because the system is not working for anybody anymore as one Nigeria system. We that live abroad, we are the people that are feeling the pain. I will tell you, 98% of the people in Nigeria, even with what you just made announcement of about the 200 people, whatever they took from the IDP camp, these people don't have any sympathy. They don't even think as anything.
Just see that and imagine 200 people disappearing and nobody's reacting. We're like, how is that possible to them?
The same country, you will see people today in the beer parlor, enjoying themselves. They don't have because there are people living in a container that there is no gaps for information for them to open their head. Because it is the few of us that live in diaspora that are feeling the pain, that are trying to change the system.
TikTok on everywhere now. Have you seen the information is still not reaching?
It's very few. I get some people that call you on your program from Nigeria. There are very few people. These are very few people. They are very few. I can tell you. Let me tell you. Let me give you an instance. Yeah. Do you know that an average Nigerian boy today, if he makes 30 million from whatever means he makes it, maybe he didn't stress himself, the first thing he will think of doing is to go and use 25 million out of that 30 million to buy a car. Don't you see the trend? Have you not seen the trend in Nigeria today? How can we? Do you know, even in Mexico, even in all this El Salvador, these countries that are where you have this cartel, when they make those kind of money, even dubious, they invest to make sure they try to recycle that money to become clean money. They try to invest, they try to do things that people will maybe build hospitals, build schools, or you will see an average Nigerian who is even doing skits, for example, gets money. The first thing you want to go and buy a Rolls Royce. You don't see anyone investing. Okay, let me just open a kind of it's more investment. It's more investment. Maybe I can employ 5 people. Let me see what goes out from there. No, everybody want to. It's a show off. Everybody want to be competitive because the system is so corrupt. A situation like that, a country like that, it's going to take time. It's going to take more work, power to change the mindset of the people. And the people that are speaking now, majority of the people like us, people in their 40s, 45, maybe some 35. After that 30 downwards in Nigeria, it's very difficult. Their state of mind is so like everything is money. I want to eat money. The
moment there is money on the table, then you can have a chat, you can have a conversation.
A lot. Nobody is thinking straight. People are doing things wrongly. For example, look, let me give you another instance. Look at now there's famine all over the place in Nigeria. Everybody is hungry. People are looking for food to eat. Mayegu, you and I know that when most of us were growing up, our fathers, their compounds, they were cashew, mango, guava tree. You can bitter leaf. There are things you can easily, when the season comes, to eat from it in your father's compound. You know that an average Nigerian man today, if he build his house, it will be said because he want to make it beautiful. He will tie the whole 100 meters of the house. He will put floor tiles everywhere. Without no flower, they will even put an artificial carpet. No flower, no tree, nothing. But in Europe, don't you see these people have trees everywhere? There is a reason for that.
There is.
Nigeria in the south is so dusty when there is harmattan. It's so dusty. But do you know that when you have more trees, those dust will not just get to you like that because the tree will absorb them.
Some ecosystem whereby all those dust will have somewhere to. Oh dear, man! Even clean
so you see
fresh.
So a lot of we are losing a lot of things. There's a lot of going on. Nobody cares about anything. Everybody just working. But at the end of, if we don't change, my brother, we will fall. There's no you cannot be doing something that is it's not for you are not doing something that will make you progress. You are doing something that is like you're going backward. There's no way that you are not going to fail.
That's why we are preaching. That's why I continue to mention actions, inactions, consequences of actions, and taking responsibility for our actions. And I will never stop saying it because people need to understand the importance of this. Now, when you take responsibility for something, if you go wrong, right, and you take responsibility for it, if you are ashamed of what you have done, that alone will remind you not to repeat it. Next time something is tempting you to do that, and you remember what happened, and the responsibility you took of it, right, you will never want that to happen to you again. And with that, we can rid our society of, this mess, man.
My brother, I just I'm doing my best. Please, thank you so much, and let's keep this a lunchtime program, okay?
I know.
Thank you. Have a nice day, my.
Our afternoon is just for us, those people like yourself who can, delve in and add their own little. No rush, no pressure.
Yeah.
And then as much as you take, okay. It is the evening one that is always rush stuff, right? And people will begin to say, another caller. Thank you so much. You enjoy the rest of the day, okay? And take it easy, sir.
You too. Nice one,
So I have another caller,
stuff,
and
right?
this is a Windy City from Chicago.
Yes, sir.
How are you,
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
I'm fine.
Because it's almost 4 p.m. in the UK right now.
I've been trying to use like 8 o'clock. It's 9:41 right now. Like 19 minutes to 10, like in the morning.
10 in the morning, right. Okay.
Yes.
Now you have me, sir, and we are all here.
Yeah.
There's something I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know.
was.
I've got like
Yes.
I've got 60 or 70 people watching me on Facebook, which is understandable. Do you know how many people who are on
Okay.
this YouTube? Could you see them? The Windy
When
City.
when I joined them, it was about 525 or something like that.
Right. Because my record shows that it should be like about 600 or 700. We are like, I have a total of about 800 people watching, but I don't know where the rest are. Well, God bless them. Wherever
Hey, Onati Jenny, chop chop. Hey,
no, I'm not even talking
me, I
about
just
the people joining. I'm saying that my screen shows that I've got like 800 people, right? We're supposed to have about
okay,
700 people on YouTube right now, but it's showing up that we have over
okay.
500. I'm like, I don't know where those ones are hiding, okay? But wherever they are blessed. Windy City.
Some people, yeah. So I mean, another thing is some people might not have the privilege to call, but they are watching.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just thank God for you, man. You're doing a great job. Oh. I mean, you're doing a great job. Yesterday I couldn't get through. I was mad. I was mad with myself. I don't know why. I'm like, man, no.
It can be
And
really,
it's
really annoying sometimes, but
especially when the topic was hard.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know.
When you are talking about those,
Sometimes I
you
have a
see,
dream. I have a dream. I'm
oh
talking
yeah, oh yeah,
Mayegun Luther
and
General.
and,
I be General Luther
and the
Mayegun.
one you see, let me just address today's topic. You see, the previous caller, he nailed everything. He kicked the ball to the park. The only problem we have in Nigeria, you see, there was a book that I read one time that described a human mind. It's not. It's more like when you in comparison to animals' mind, we have the same mind. The guy said there was they put two whales. Oh no, is it whales or sharks? They put them in a big water. Okay,
Right.
so they partition the water, the pond with heavy metal. Every time they swam to that metal, they hit the metal, they turn back, and they kept it for like